All right, so these are the June numbers from the Nevada Gaming Control Board. As you can see, it shows 3 months up to the end of June, 1st of July or 30th of June anyway, in one column, and you can see very dramatic drops, percentage change. I'm not sure from this whether it's percentage change from the previous 3 month period last year, or whether it's from the previous month. I'm just not quite clear on that. But the Nevada figures are the most accessible, the most readable, the most informative, and they're relevant wherever in the world you live because they tell you basically what the story is with the different games in terms of the house win percentage as compared to what you know to be the long term uh, house edge in given games. Like with 21, it's supposed to be less than 1%, but the win percent here is shown at 13.36. Craps is supposed to be 1.41%, but it shows up here as 16%. Roulette is supposed to be 5.26%, but here it's etc. etc. You get the drift, right? Um, it's kind of annoying that the useful information down here is so far away from the text over here explaining what game it is. It would be so nice if they had a column which showed the same thing as here over here so that you could more easily relate one to the other. But I'm not complaining about that because I think it's wonderful that the Nevada Gaming Control Board supplies as much information as it does. And it's really interesting. But let's look at the 3 month period here. 17% down for 21, 4% down for craps, 18% down for roulette, up for Ultimate Texas Hold'em, which I think is one of the dumbest games I've ever laid my eyes on. But there we go. Up for Baccarat, down a bit, 2% for Miniback. Keno always seems to pull in the suckers, like they like to sit there and drink their free drinks in comfort and not put too much money at risk, just face ridiculously high odds. Um, Let It Ride. I'm amazed to see that that game is still around. Down 15%. High Gal Poker, damn well ought to be down 18%. High Gal itself, it's okay, it's way up. Boy, people are funny. But lots of information there, and of course you've got the usual information about uh, slot machines, where you just got no chance with these damn things. I mean, you've just got zero chance. Go over here to the 12-month win percent, and the cheap and nasty ones. The best bet are the $25 ones, apparently at 4.5% against you, and 7.1% when 7.2% overall. I think all of this kind of stuff is absolutely fascinating. Plenty of people out there don't agree. What the hell are they doing watching this if they don't agree? But wherever you are in the world, it's just worth knowing this is how it is in the state that basically got us all caught up in this legalized, widely available gambling situation, which is basically sucking the economy dry in the United States, doing the same across Europe and in the UK. I love to gamble, but I am not so stupid as that I believe that it's a good thing or that I think of casinos as a legitimate business. Any other business that did the damage to the economy and to individuals, to families, to morality, to crime numbers, to suicides, to broken homes, to homelessness, to all of those kinds of things. Any other business that caused that kind of harm would be shut down in an instant. But they own politicians. That's really what it amounts to, in one way or another. The politicians sometimes who are not directly taking money from the casino business or taking hospitality or other bribes, they are at least sort of saying to themselves, well, basically it's kind of a tax on stupidity, isn't it? I mean, people are stupid enough to gamble, and we get a percentage of the house win, and that helps the state pay its bills. Well, that's nonsense, because in the end, every regulatory body, every governmental body, in some way is having to pay costs of gambling. whether it's fighting crime caused by gambling, all of those things. But you folks out there, you're watching the gambling channels on YouTube, so that means basically you're hooked, you're suckers, you believe all the crap that the casinos throw at you, and you actually think that the people you're watching, the professional losers on YouTube, are actually playing it straight for you and telling you the truth, and they are not. They don't tell you that the losses that they accrue sometimes don't hurt them at all because they make so much money from Google. They don't tell you that kind of stuff. Uh, Vegas Matt is the one who I go after most because he's the biggest dog in the kennel, and that makes perfect sense to go after the big dog, Godzilla or whatever. Uh, but he is probably the straightest in terms of telling you how much he's lost. And right now, we're not, we're not even through the eighth month. At the end of the seventh month of the year, he was 400,000 down, $400,000 in the hole, and those are the losses that he's told us about. The losses that are associated with his videos. God knows what else he's done off camera. He's never going to tell us, but his income is in the hundreds of thousands a month. So 400,000 loss in 7 months is nothing, because in the same period of time he will have made probably 3-4 million. So that's the stuff he should be telling us, but he's not going to, because it would spoil the fun, wouldn't it? For people. But those guys they're basically professional liars, professional losers, professional shills, frontmen for the casino business, and we should be very wary of them. But people aren't. 1.2 million subscribers, 1.3 million subscribers for Vegas Matt. But of course, what is more indicative of his success is the number of views per video that he puts up. You'll never see 1.3 million views for a video. It just isn't going to happen. They normally run at sort of 120 to 160,000. Very, very good. That's each video. 160,000 is about 16,000 in his pocket in hard cash from Google, and he's throwing them up 2 and 3 a day. 2 or 3 a day. He's got Vegas Matt and friends now, so he's doing very well. Mr. Handpay is catching up. He's at about 900,000. But again, you never see videos that get 900,000 views, but you will see 80 to 120,000. Good money in the bank for him, and along with all the freebies that they all get from the casino industry, they're fat cats, and it's all at your expense basically. Not that it's costing you money out of your pocket, but you are the target for the casino's advertising blitz, which they are doing through people like Vegas Matt and Mr. Handpay and so on, Bobby Rivas and all the rest, because they're not allowed to advertise openly in the USA or over here. But YouTube has given them the perfect kind of workaround, if you like. A little loophole, which is a bloody big loophole, does them a lot of good. They get a lot of free advertising. And, Vegas Matt might sort of, at the end of his little sessions, he might sort of say things like, you don't want to gamble like that, like us, because, we gamble like idiots so that you don't have to, and so on. But he knows damn well that he is there as far as the casinos that promote him and host him and sponsor him and generally encourage and look after him, enable him, if you like. He knows that they believe that what's happening on his channels is bringing them fresh meat, and that's what his job is, and he's doing it very well, let's face it. So there you have it. Bye bye.